10 seconds.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the View from the Dead Box. It is December 7th.
December 7th.
Hold on.
You don't want to do
What's
that?
What's that in the background over there? What you got over there? What is that?
I got a shit ton of flexes.
Are those the flexes that took 18 months to come in? Is that what those are?
Yes, this will be some of them. I'm still waiting on my snow camo. But I've got the red, white, blue ones, the 776, I think is what they're calling them.
Is that what the Team USA ones? Is that
Yeah,
what that
those
is?
are the Team USA's, the top and the bottom there. And then I got the mutinies in the middle. And I'm still waiting for the snow camo. I did not get the Fight Club ones. I believe Shane, our teammate, he got the Fight Club ones. He got all of them, I think.
I think, personally, I like the mutiny ones. I like the best. I like the snow camo ones, but I just could never wear those.
Yeah.
I think the mutiny look dope just because I could wear the mutiny for sure.
Yeah.
And probably I could get away with wearing the Fight Club ones just because I don't want to say blend in with the field, but they don't stand out on the field. The Arctic camo ones the snow camos look dope.
Yeah, those are my favorite looking ones too.
But they would definitely stand out like across the field instantly. You would see somebody coming.
I have an idea for the bottoms with them that I don't know if I'll end up sticking to it. I mean, I got another flex sitting over there, and I got like 3 that sometimes you can see in the camera up there, but I have them all tilted, had the camera tilted down tonight. But I've got just a stack of fucking flexes up there. So
you probably have $1,500 on flexes.
Probably, and I got a bag. I got a bag over there I have 2 more actually behind the camera too. I forgot I had up there.
Definitely. If you parted the flexes out and kept like 3, just kept 3 and parted the rest out, you could probably literally buy another whole brand new gun.
Absolutely. Easily. The funny part is, and they all have chin straps too. So that makes it even like, because back in the day, everyone would obviously cut their chin straps out, especially on flexes.
Always cut the chin straps out. And then now it's like you get penalized for not having them.
And I've seen some people with the flexes. I got a set of bottoms right here. So they would like take and just loop a strap through like the little holes in the flexes all down here. And I was always like, how do they not say anything? Like I've seen so many people.
That's definitely legal. Yeah. No modification to any mask that is beyond OEM setup. So if it did not come like that from the factory, you cannot wear it that way. Yep. Some leagues we play in are kind of open to however that mask shipped. If it didn't have a strap, they let you get away with it. Yep. But most people say you need to have a mask strap on there no matter what. You gotta have chin strap. That's just how it works. They caught my eye. I see them sitting back there. A lot of guys have been bitching for the last like fucking 6 months on the page about getting these masks because I guess they sell out pretty quickly. But when they order them, they take out. JT is notorious for advertising equipment and then waiting months to send it out. I think JT is owned by GI now, so it doesn't.
And speaking of that, I think actually their little restructurement officially went through. So I don't know if they're going to keep the GI name. I know it's Core something, but everything I read it says GI Sports now known as Core. So I don't know if we're going to have Core logos on things. I don't know how that's going to work yet, but yeah, they came directly from and that's what they were saying. Apparently the snow camos, those are the ones that are coming in now.
Yep.
JT is actually doing all the shipping, and they don't normally do that. And I think that's why there's a delay on the JTs. I saw John Dresser do a post about it on Facebook. So
yeah,
and he's the owner of the PB Retro. I mean, he's John from PB Nation. I'm sure everybody knows who that is. Who's been around PB Nation
for a long time. I almost bought his Oliver Lang jersey. He has an OG Oliver Lang jersey, Queen Dragon one, and he posted up just the other day, like about 6 months ago. That's the only jersey I'm really missing that I'd like to collect.
Yeah.
And he posted up the other day and said something like $500, and I was like, "Fuck me, dude!" And
yeah, that's wild.
That is wild. And I know it's an original game worn Lang jersey, Twin Dragon like one, and it looks dope. But I just can't drop $500 on a jersey. It's something that's just gonna hang. Bad enough we have enough guns that aren't being used.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. How many? Okay, so you've never been one to own more than really one gun. You've never. Yes. It's been very rare. You might have 2 if you were in the process of selling one. That was always you for 15 years.
Yeah.
And now you've got a fucking stack.
I do have a stack of guns now, and I have a problem because they're all like really, really nice shooting quality guns. Usually, if I ever had two, if I didn't have I usually never had a backup. I always felt like the gun I owned was kind of the best you can get out of the time. And if it broke, we always had like 8 other guns that we could just borrow. You know what I mean? We in the pits and stuff like that. So, but now, yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it was either 8 or 10 guns, and they're all like very high end, except her other cocker, which I mean, which is an Inception build,
Resurrection, right?
Resurrection, Inception build, Resurrection. So for mech, we have that. We have my free flow. We have her ice, my ice, which are both Encored. Both of them are special, so I don't want to get rid of them. They're not just standard ices.
Yeah.
Baxter has bothered me for probably every day for a month now about trading his ice in cash or something for my damage ice.
Yeah.
But my ice, I got it done and played with it a cup, and I just, it's just a very quality gun to me. It shoots amazing.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to get rid of it because now it took me a while to tune it with the Encore, and now it's done. I don't want to get rid of it. Then we just picked up 2 Geo4s. I have my Twister Geo4 and then her Geo4, and we just went through those. We played with them this weekend and this week. And then we have the Ryan Greenspan Force. And then,
Force. I forget about your Force of all things to forget about.
Yeah, the one you have.
I know.
And then the Ryan Greenspan CS1. So those are more. I think I have the Force sold, I believe, in the next week. So I will probably let go 2 guns, and we'll probably try to keep 2 a piece for each, and then probably the max. I'll probably keep 6. I'll probably keep an ice of each, the Geos of each, if we end up liking the Geos. If not, I'll sell it Twister. They'll sell fucking 15.
Oh yeah.
And then probably keep the mech, keep the cockers, just because you never know. We might have to go out in the field and beat some people down.
When I held that Geo4 yesterday before we went to the shooting range, that Geo4 with a 45 tank and that control loader might I don't know what the lightest setup combination could be, but that is close. Like, that is ridiculous.
I've never felt a gun lighter than the Geo setup with a 45 in that control. That is literally the lightest gun I've ever held in my entire life.
I mean, is a Revy lighter? Because you could get away. If you could put a Revy on that thing, that would beat it.
The Revy might be a little bit lighter, but you could. I don't know how much lighter it is than the.
I know. Well, you said you literally hopped out of the truck and walked right up to it. You said, "Hold this." I grabbed it and I was like, "Holy shit! This." Yeah, I don't think you could get like this. Is at least with having all modern tech. Yes, that's the lightest thing around. I was really blown away. And then, I mean, as long as you can get 5 pods out of it, 6 pods, you'll be
5 pods in a hopper, easy.
Yeah, I think so. Did you see Under's new pod packs?
Yeah, I watched the video earlier. Chris was released about the Molly style. Yep. I think they're called the Paladins.
Paladins, yep.
Yeah, the Paladin packs. So if anybody's interested in a pack that you can kind of customize for yourself, these packs, if you're familiar with like vests, like
tactical vests,
that have Molly on the front of the straps, you can put your loops through, and you can put a mixture of things on there. He makes a pod pack that's just the pack without the pod carriers on there, and then he makes, and you can make it whatever color you want. It's a quad strap pack, so it's super durable, like it's not gonna come off. And then the packs, you can put these individual pods with Molly on them that just link right up to the pack, in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yep.
And then you can do like just 2 of them, or you can do different colors. You can do different, like 1 on one side, 1 on the other. You can do 2 and 2, however you want to do it. It's wide enough, and you can customize. You can do just 3 pods on there, and you can separate the pods. And I know it's kind of hard to explain. If you go to this page and look, they're called the Paladin packs, and they're a very neat design, especially for the guys that, like he said, are in Europe and they're only allowed to carry 2 pods of paint in the field.
Yep.
You want the smallest pack you can get, and 2 pod packs used to be a thing back in the day. That doesn't exist anymore.
Well, it's almost, I thought of you immediately, because I mean, you carry 4 pods. You could probably get away carrying 3. Mm-hmm. So you could do one of those with just 1 pod sleeve.
Yep.
Because you get the loops on the side.
Yep.
And that's, excuse me, the smallest thing ever. And I was looking at me, I was like, I could probably get 2 of them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that would give me 2. That would give me 4. I could probably squeeze away with 4. I carry 5 now, but I never shoot more than 4. I've rarely. I think I've shot the 4th pod 1 time.
Yep.
So I'm like, because that'll get me a little bit of a smaller pack too. But I don't know. I kind of want to see some people talk about it and play with them a little bit. So I'm hoping you pick one up.
What was I talking about? I was gonna say something. Oh, so speaking of the range, for those of you guys who like other pew guns that aren't paintball, we went out and shot a little bit of a distance shooting yesterday with some of our guns, and that is a different animal. Especially we took off. I went to the field, dropped the wife off. She played, and we got some of the guys and we went out to the range and shot a little bit of distance, steel, and it's crazy. How fucking terrible Frank is at shooting. You're fucking ass, Frank. God, your ass. He's your ass.
Oh my gosh. I was pretty sure I knew where that was going. I was like, this is going to be glorious. I hope he finishes this out how I hope he is.
Oh,
that is funny.
Frank brung out his AR setup, the EOTech. Great setup. And
that whatever bolt he has in there, that is smooth as glass.
It's a nickel boron fail 0.
Okay.
That's what it is. So so it's a skeletonized fail 0. So it's a super lightweight bolt, adjustable gas block, lightweight spring and buffer, just so it gets rid of all the kick.
Yep.
But that doesn't help him hold it or shoot it any better. So he was trying to shoot. Now, granted, it is a short to mid range gun. That's what it's meant for. It is a 60-inch barrel. So I don't want to hear about that, but it is meant for that EOTech with a 3 times magnifier on the back of it. It's probably set up for like inside of 100 yards. You can hit 200 without a problem. Now, granted, I let him shoot, and we were watching him, and he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. And I grabbed his gun, never shooting his gun before, and was hitting the 400-meter target like without an issue, like clicking him off with an EOTech, and just was shit. And I was like, okay. And I put it down. He looked at me. I'm like, "You're poop, Frank."
I mean, I was there. I saw
it. So then we went out the 500 and 550. I think is the longest target out there.
Yeah.
Definitely want to go to that other range that has 1,000, because now that we have our gun set up and doped, so we know where all of our MOAs, I would definitely like to go to 1,000 and just see how much.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy how hard I say it's not hard to shoot 500 now that our guns are out in.
These guns, it's like. It's dummy proof, really. You know where your holdovers are and everything. I could hand that gun, I think, to everybody, and if I said, "Hey, just hold on the 10.5, you'll hit the target." And granted, that big gong out there is huge. It's probably a 1.5 foot, I would say. That very big circle out there. So it's not an easy shot by any, or it's not a hard shot by any means. But someone who doesn't know, if I say, "Hey, put the 10.5 on there," you're gonna hit that gong 95% of the time. You might throw one, and that's probably you.
Yeah.
So, or a bad round even. I wouldn't even blame the gun. I would blame the shooter, or maybe just a bullet that was not built correctly. But
what is a hard shot?
Oh
is a 4-inch gong.
Yeah.
That's at 500 yards. That's a shot. So
yeah, that sucker. Like I didn't hit that one, but when I shoot with one of my other friends, we shoot a 4-inch plate at about 400. And I can hit that one, but for some reason I could not hit that little one at 500. Everything else I could hit, and I was like, God dang, this pissed me off. Like, that's funny.
Yeah, that was good to do some little.
Different. As much as we play paintball, it was nice to change it up a bit.
So we got a party coming up this week.
Yep.
Big party. So we get to go tell everybody their poop.
Yep.
And how much they're gonna be poop this season. Then
hopefully
I definitely want to play. We got the Geos. I want to get some rounds of those.
I want to run some mech this weekend. I think whatever guns. I don't give a shit what anybody's shooting. I'm gonna run the pump in the background a little bit. Yeah. Try that CVO for some fun. Watch me get shot off break 1 million times playing with that fucking pump, and I'll get pissed and put that bitch away. So,
so what you got? What you got for today?
So I got 2, and one of them, we have a lot of experience doing this, but we've never had to do it for like a tournament. What do you think goes through so we've made layouts, like obviously.
Easily, yeah.
What do you think a tournament director thinks about when they make a layout? Do you think they?
I can go ahead and finish right now.
Okay.
It's like, how much paint can we get them to shoot on this field?
Okay.
Hold on. I take that back a little bit. Are they? is the person that's setting up the field selling the paint. That's the deal, right?
I mean, I'm gonna say, well, I think that
I think
depends
two things
on.
go through their mind. Action.
Yep.
They want action, right? Because if people are watching, people hate seeing dog shit, just people shooting gaps.
Yep.
They want to see action and like movement, something easy to stream so people will watch it. And they want to see paint. They want to shoot paint, or they want the paint numbers up. That's just how I've always seen it as, especially playing a lot of the other like smaller events you go to that only have like 20 teams total, and you go there, and these events like the paint is crazy expensive, and they were just railing on paint. I'm like Jesus Christ, dude! You guys are just shooting. Hell, we shot 35 cases. Now, granted, we played 34 points, so I understand, and it could be more. But I have played a 7-man event. I know it's hard to judge 7-man to 5-man, but I have played a 7-man event and only played 7 points. And 7 to get out of prelims, finals. We took 2nd place, and we shot 32 cases of paint, I think, going into the finals.
Yeah. God dang.
Yes, and that is 1 point, you're done. There's no best of 3, and that field was literally just shoot. That was the worst event I think I've ever like disliked. It's just because they just fucking made you just shoot paint, and I'm like, I did not have fun. I shot every pot on me. I'm like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
So I think when they set it up, they think about action, people watching, and make it interesting, and paint being slung. Like they want to see paint downrange, so they want.
Do you think and now, granted, a lot of these people, like tournament directors and stuff, at some point have been players, and at least if they weren't players, they were field owners at minimum and been around the sport a lot. Do you think they will talk to any players and get any sort of player feedback, or do you think that's dependent on the league? Like NXL probably isn't going to hear anything, but some of these smaller leagues, I imagine, should. But
I think, I don't know, man. I think the MVPS kind of does their own thing. I think Alex has enough set up that he really doesn't need to hear player feedback. It's been running for a few years, and it runs pretty flawless.
Yep.
I think he will take feedback if you give it to him, because I think I did ask him about something or say, hey, I think, you should do this a while back. Something stupid. Like, I think it was like, I don't know what the fuck it was, but people who do take feedback for sure and apply it because they are very new is like the CPSL.
Yep.
They were very fucking terrible. We played that first event, and the prelims ran until 8 p.m. at night, and we literally gave our spot up. We've all told the story before. We gave our spot up and walked out of the event because we were 5 hours away from home, and the event didn't finish until like 11:30 or some stupid shit like that. That's flat out piss poor management, not running the event correctly. That's honestly, that's all it is. The rest of their job. So it's keeping it's just piss poor fucking management. And I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. You're doing on one field, and it was like 20 teams or some bullshit. We're doing pretty well that day, actually, and I felt bad for like giving our spot up because ultimately it cost us money. So we easily could have taken probably second without a problem because of that first event. We just gave our spot up. But I mean, nobody has the time to stay there and drive home and get home at Monday morning at 4 or 5 a.m. for a local event. Yeah. When you win, you only won $1,200 cash. Like, ass.
Oh, yeah.
Which is very pissed me off about that, too. Like, you won an event, it was a pretty big event. There's a lot of teams there, all X-Ball teams. Good caliber teams, right? And there's only paying out. We never seen the prizes. You're only paying out $1,200 for first place. What the fuck? That literally covered our paint bill. That covered our paint bill. Because we shot.
I agree. I mean,
we shot like $1,100 in paint or $1,000 in paint because paint was like $45 a case or some wild shit like that, and we shot 30 plus. That literally covered our paint bill. Then we still had to pay the entry and entry, travel, food, hotel, blah blah blah. Yeah. But whatever. That's beside the point.
So, do you think when you look at a layout, you look at it and go, I wish I made layouts. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do. Every time I see a layout, I'm like, now,
why would you do this?
Why would you do that? Like, and I'm all down for different. Like I really am. But sometimes I'm
let's do double snakes. Do no Dorito side. Do like double snake side with Doritos going into them or something cool like that.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. But don't put 3 bricks in the middle of the field, put stand-up wings on the outsides, the 50s are blocked up. Yep. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude, do you want to have any shots on the break? You want them to just get right into the snake? Yep. Like what's going on?
And I don't know if that's just us because I feel like we have a couple really solid off-break shooters and we don't have as many fast people. Like, so we really rely on getting a kill early on in the game because that takes away their field presence and lets our slower guys get up the field quicker.
Frank.
Knew you were gonna
turtle
pick on for. Yeah, his wife called him Franklin the Turtle when we were out there shooting. She was like, "Well, he's Franklin the Turtle." Yeah, that's what she goes. Well, I do call him Franklin, and I was like, "Oh, that's perfect."
Yikes.
But yeah, I mean that's something that's been kind of like sticking to me because I want to say the last CPSO layout was good. The last 2 I think were pretty good, but I wasn't a fan of the NXL Vegas layout, and I really wasn't a fan of this Cup layout.
I hated Cup layout. I felt like it played fine. I just didn't like. I don't like have a lot of shit blocking on the center, and then if I get to the 50s, everything's blocked up on the 50s.
Yeah.
Like I just don't like that. I feel like there can be a whole bunch of bunkers on the rear side, but make it to where you see them make each move, right?
Yeah.
I don't mind making it easy to get to and then making them fight their way down, but make it to where they can't just go up to the 50 without you seeing them. Like, that's fucking stupid.
I had an issue with that brick because, and I have an issue with a lot of layouts, which I grant there's sometimes they're just like this where there's bunkers people are going to go.
Every time.
And I get you sometimes can't prevent that. But it just sucks where it's like, like that cup, the cup layout, that brick you knew was hot every time. And sometimes it would have 2 people in it. You'd have one guy fighting Dorito side, one guy fighting snake side. So whoever you were, whether you were the snake player or the Dorito player, you had to look at that brick and you knew that guy was going to be posted on you. And a lot of times with him being posted, he had the advantage because you could only come 2 ways. You could pop the top, which you probably weren't going to do, or you could wrap it, which is probably the way you were going to do it. Yeah. And he's posted on you and he has a good chance of killing you, and you have to challenge that fight. Like, I feel like you have to challenge it, whether you do or not. I guess could be debated, but yeah, I mean, I am too. But
1,000%, I'm challenging that. Like, just 2 weekends ago when we played, the Charleston guys came down, and we knew that a guy in that brick off break. I think it was Derek actually, and that brick. All 3 times I went to the 200. And literally my first snapshot on all 3 times going to the 200 were like directly on him. I came out, I literally didn't even like post it inside. Yeah. Like in my bunker, waited in my first snapshot, like 3 balls. Oh, wait. And I didn't even shoot nothing else. I literally waited for a split second and then snapped out instantly and didn't even see if he was there. I was just snapping out onto that brick. And lo and behold, he was on the bottom right hand side waiting on it and picked him up all 3 times, like the first shot. Yeah. Because I'm not coming out to look for it and then go back in. I'm just coming out and shooting. And
you had to.
Assuming he's going to be there. Somebody has to be there. Yep. It's it's a hot bunker. So I do feel like I hate bunkers fields that besides home and like next to home, people play at. But like bunkers that are like more like close to halfway up the field, don't make it where you can just like jog up to it every single fucking point. Make it a little bit tougher to get to.
Yep.
Like Cup last year, they had the weird like 4 towers and there were snake beams going to each one, and they had a little mini wall. Like you couldn't go up the center. If you went up the center, you had to like dive in the mini wall and crawl up into the center. And I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
but don't make it where you can like just disappear up the center every single fucking point. Make it where off break, you see where people are going, your guns up. You know what I mean? Like make it challenging to get out.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my thing on there. I feel like making fields too easy to get up in the front and then just sit there and wait on a gap for 45 seconds till somebody makes a move,
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised we didn't get a bunker change this year. You know what I mean? A bunker added.
Yeah, well,
I'm thinking because it's a COVID year. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But
definitely. I don't want to go back to the Air Ups. Air Ups is fucking dog shit.
Oh, no. I meant like add a new bunker.
Add something?
Yeah.
I mean, it could. Like this season. Like they could add something this season coming up.
I mean, they could. I feel like they won't, though, because of being a COVID year.
Put the mini X's back in.
Oh, I mean, I'm down for that. Or even the mini, the A's, the little races. Those would be fine, too. Remember those? Yeah. Those are kind of forgotten about because the W kind of replaced them. But that angle, I always liked that. because you could leave those in with the W's really, like, and just have you could throw 2 of those in there, so you could have a W at one point and then an A, so it kind of changes going down the snake. It's still
Put the giant X back in the field.
I mean, I'm fine with that. Obviously, you could just do the A. The X looked cool, but obviously the whole top 50% of it was fucking pointless.
Yeah, but it looks badass.
It looks badass. I used to like laying the one at your dad's field down on its side because it was a giant clusterfuck, and we would throw it like on the snake side because we didn't know what else to do with it, and it wasn't holding air anymore. We're like, we'll just lay the bitch down on the side. It was like part of it was in play and part of it was out of bounds, so you had to work the inside of it, and it was like, this is terrible, but this is kind of cool because it's just really weird. And like one part was obviously taller, so some people could shoot over the top, and the other team couldn't shoot over the top. You're like, what the fuck? This is bullshit.
Oh, because you had a long ways. It was the Mighty X was fat on the bottom and skinny
at the top. Yep. So it would really fuck with people. That's funny.
Definitely need to definitely miss some of the bunkers. I miss the mini X's. I always thought those are badass.
Yeah.
Love having those things. I feel like they can definitely bring back some stuff that was very like fun.
The mini X's, absolutely. I actually liked the cubes because I know obviously it's just a square, but I would replace a lot of the cakes with those cubes, in my opinion. But maybe make them smaller than because they were kind of big. Yeah. So just shrink the cubes that they had back in the day and get rid of cakes.
Yeah.
I liked Tombstones too. Those are always kind of fun. They're basically an Aztec. Cool. Because with the Tombstones you had the bigs and the minis.
Bigs were kind of fucking stupid. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, they were just
the minis were kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're kind of like the tall cakes. I think a tall cake is a pointless bunker too, in my opinion.
The tall cake's kind of good.
I don't know. I mean,
it's low key good.
Yeah, but I mean, it is. But like I said, people don't use it enough. Yeah. I think. I'm trying to think what else. What other bunkers? I mean, they had the massive Doritos. Your dad has 2 fucking huge Doritos that actually have a PVC pipe, and that's how we filled those bitches up, as a white one and a blue one.
Oh, I think those are like Ching Chong Chang field, like it was like Chinese made junk. Well, that field, I think that field came from Billy's, and they were it was off brand because the dad had a pool as well, a giant like pool. It was like 6 foot tall.
Yeah,
and it was like, let's say 15 foot in circumference.
Okay.
And it was a giant like pool. I'm like, what is this? This is nowhere. But back in the day, remember at when we played PSP, they had like 7 different field layouts, and they were like all different name brands.
Yeah.
So every field rep had their own or every brand had their own field layout.
Yeah.
So some of the bunkers were like a legit snake with a tongue on it.
Yep.
And the words National Paintball Supply, like NPS, were there. Just all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I remember playing on those fields. So that's what some of the the JT field being the badass one with the giant pyramid and stuff. That was good.
Okay. Your dad had that big rocket too on the Chronic
field. Giant rocket, yeah.
Which again, the top 50% of that thing is pointless too.
Pointless too. Yeah.
But it looks cool. That's the first airball field I ever played on, was that Chronic field. When we showed up for the 3-man
Which had the big bricks. That was had the big bricks before bricks were around.
Oh, okay.
Had remember the giant bricks?
Yeah, like a car wash type thing. But
Yep.
What else?
Lay it down and put like the small little half triangles on the outsides of them, so you would play on like the corners of the rockets.
Oh, yeah. Well, the half triangles, those would actually be good bunkers to bring back too.
Well, a lot of bunkers.
Yeah.
You could put them on like all kinds of stuff to help out.
Yeah. Look at that. So if anyone from XL hears that, bring back some of the small bunkers from back in the day, because then you could, like you said, you can add those to big bunkers, or you can add them to other small bunkers.
You can make just have high behind.
That'd be badass. Remember your dad for the night game? He would make a big castle out of the airball field. He would let us take and build multiple walls. And we'd tuck that bitch into the corner. Oh, that's funny. Did you want my other topic?
Yeah, that's what you got.
So you might know these a little better than me, but do you miss paintball magazines? Do you think that's still something? I mean, obviously now we have the internet, so a magazine is a dying thing across the board. But I think paintball is there's still enough people that it could help. Obviously, they've went out of business, so it's probably not a good business model. But did you ever subscribe to any growing up or anything?
No. Books a Million and sat there for like 20 minutes and read the magazines like an asshole and then left.
You were the asshole. I had Action Pursuit Games. I had that one for the longest time. Yep.
Yeah. I had you know, I take that back. I think I had one season of Free Faithfuls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had Faithfuls were the goat back in the day.
Yeah.
They were like king. They
Yep.
were like the quality ones. I think I got a season somehow. I don't know how I got it. I don't know. I think somebody gave it to me or something. I had a whole season of them.
Yeah.
Those are dope. And now I just seen that new one came out. Like somebody posted it. You can click on each page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no need for paper anymore. Like it's all
man, digital. I miss it. I mean, there is no need for it. But I think I sent a lot of mine when Dad was in Afghanistan. I sent a lot of them there, and I was like, damn, I wish I had all those things back. Because I was like, just leave them. Like someone, I mean, they probably still enjoy it, but
yeah,
I was like, man, I really wish I had some of those old fucking. Because I had the one, I don't know what magazine it was, but it had Ollie Lang on it, and it said something like first 6-figure salary or something. It was like whenever he signed for the Iron Man for $100,000. Yeah. And I was like, dang, that'd be cool to have that one now to put with my, because it was 06 or 07, but I have a matching Iron Man jersey to that year. And I'd be like, oh, I wish I had that magazine to go with that jersey because it's the same year. But I don't know. I enjoyed them. I used to bring them to like middle school and high school and stuff. And people are like, what the fuck are you looking at? I'm like,
yeah, you're a weirdo.
Yeah, you're a weirdo. You're looking at paper. I'm like, I am. I'm going to read this. Jamie, we'll read these magazines all fucking day. But yeah, I miss them. I wish they were still around.
Yeah, it didn't age well with time.
No, sure. It was bad timing for paintball with magazines because print media was dying right when paintball was.
Yeah, that 07, big. Like the economy was crashing as it was.
Yep.
So yeah, paintball was taking a hit in general. Anything that was not listed as like a necessity was kind of dying.
I'll have to find some magazines and bring them out. Let the some of the younger guys see them. They could see some of the fucking because they had catalogs where you could buy gear from paintball online right out of the magazine. And like I said, as recent as 2007, 2008, you literally could call it.
ANSgear.com or HK Army. Click. All right, be here in 2 days.
Yep, it's a different time. You would see the big one in those. ANS owns Action Village now, but Action Village was always the real big one.
I on Action Village.
Yeah, I did too. I even bought a skateboard from them at one point because they did everything.
Skateboards and snowboards and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I remember doing that. They had motorcycle riding gear, all that shit.
Yeah, I believe ANS Gear bought at least the paintball side of it because you can still, like, if you search certain paintball gear, it'll come up on eBay and it'll be listed under Action Village, and it'll come from. I don't remember where they were out of. It was somewhere up north, but now it's like owned by ANS Gear basically. So they use all ANS Gear stock photos and stuff. It's kind of strange, but that was my short little magazine topic. It wasn't anything big. It was just more if you remembered them and whatnot.
Yeah, I remember, man. I
miss it. It is. I mean, they won't come back, but it was neat. I mean, they got the people with the Paint Media. They're releasing that book they've been working on for like a year that I pre-ordered. But it's
what is that?
So it was done on Kickstarter. Let me look up so I can read exactly what it is. I don't want to.
Everything on paintball is done on Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, where's my Kickstarter app?
Like the best kids in Texas was a Kickstarter as well, right?
I believe so. Let me.
That's a dope ass.
Yes, that I was very, very happy with that. Why am I not seeing this? So, okay, it was not Paint. Well, it is Paint. It's called Famous, is what they're calling it. FA8MOUS, and it's done by Paint. And they basically went from 1999, all the pictures they had until they closed down, and they're putting them into a hardcover book. So it's going to have paintball from 1999 until it doesn't say the date. So they say 20 years. So it's
2019.
Over 350 like paintball pictures and whatnot. But they I think I bought 2 of them is what I did. They were like $40 each if you did them. And I was like, well, let me get 1 because it was nice. And then if you bought 2, you got something special. And I was like, well, fuck it. If it helps fund this book for paintball, I'll do it. But it was supposed to be out like a year ago, and it keeps getting delayed because of COVID. But
God forbid you can't put pictures. You know, if COVID's going on, you can't produce.
Right. Pictures. They've got some stuff from Tim Montresor, Lane Wright, Jack Wood. I mean, they got lots of different people in it, but it'd be kind of neat. I guess from 1999, to 2019. Yeah, you're right. It was supposed to be done literally last year, But apparently everything's done, and they had a $40,000 budget, but they ended up raising like $80,000. Like they doubled what they wanted, so they ended up adding double amounts of pictures and stuff like that. So when I get it, I'll be sure to let you look at it. But
I'm gonna look at it because I wonder if it's gonna be like just pictures in general, like a write up of each one.
I'm hoping a write up, but I like I said, I don't know. And I went for, I think you could get it in a softback, but I went ahead and got the hardback because I was like, oh, that'd be cool too. Oh yeah, I was like,
money, dude.
I was like, fuck it, if I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get the big one. But yeah, it'll be neat. So hopefully soon. The last update was August. Let me see. I think it was August. I just literally looked at it. Updates. October 2014. What did they say? That it's been edited, being sent off to the printer. The full book will be completed and printed by the end of the month. As soon as the printer gives us final production details, we'll let everyone know of shipping dates. So, and that was October this year, and the first update was July of 2019. So,
Jesus.
Yeah. So that's how long. And then I'm sure they had some stuff before when they started doing the Kickstarter. But that was just the first announcement. So, I mean, like I said, it'll be 2 years before it gets out.
God damn.
Which is crazy. And I mean,
I wonder how long they were doing that Best Kids in Texas movie. Like how long it took them to produce that.
Yeah, well, I mean, they released it years ago.
Oh, and really?
Yes, and they went back and added in like 2018 or 2019. I don't remember the exact details. It was released free, like how Planet Eclipse would do little documentaries.
Yeah,
it was released with them, but then they sold the rights. And they wanted the original filmer, director, or something to add to it. And he had footage from 2018, 2019. So he spliced in some other stuff and then added to the end of it for the season they won, whatever year that was, 2018 or 2019. I think it was 2019.
Yeah.
And then that's when they were like, okay, well, that's a good way to close it out. And then they re-released it, which is probably a smart way to do it.
Yeah.
So kind of neat.
That, actually.
Yep. I only knew that because I heard it on, I think, the Play the Game podcast. They were talking about it.
Yeah.
Or maybe Maddie Marshall on the webcast was talking about it. I heard it from one of them. I don't remember exactly who, but still a great documentary. Probably one of the better ones. So did you have a topic, sir?
I did not.
You did not. That's okay. I let you, you had it last weekend, so.
You always bring the topics in. So.
I know.
I had the last weekend. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Last minute.
That's funny.
I'm trying to think.
Like, he put him on the hot seat here.
Now I'm trying to think what else we got coming up. We have a mandatory / team tryout kind of deal.
Yeah.
And all the guys that are going to be playing. I want to say it's going to be either January 1st, probably the weekend after Christmas, maybe.
Yeah.
Something along. I know it's going to be January. I want to say we're going to get a hard date on that. So anybody looking to try out?
The first weekend after New Year's, the first Sunday after New Year's, is January 3rd. Okay. So I would keep, that's a tentative date. So anyone listening who is interested in looking at Georgia Extreme Project X or the Georgia Extreme organization and being on one of the Georgia Extreme family of teams would probably be that weekend. It's not 100% set in stone.
It's probably got to be close.
Yeah. I mean, it would either be then or the weekend after, which is the 10th. So... But I'd imagine we'd probably do it the 3rd, right after New Year's. But yeah. Well, is that all you had, Wesley Attell?
That is it, sir.
That is it. All right. Well, then I will. Before I take us out of here, so look at this cool thing. This has nothing to do with paintball, but so it's a bottle opener that you pop a cap on your beer and it'll shoot the cap out afterwards.
I've seen this.
Fucking badass. So I bought a bunch. I would say who I bought them for Christmas. Kept one for myself. So someone listening to the podcast in my family is probably getting one of these for Christmas. So sure they'll listen and be like, "You bought me that piece of shit?" I'll be like, "Yeah, it sure did."
Oh God.
But all right, I'll take us out of here then. So I think
you guys shoot. Hold on, how far does that shoot?
I got a bottle.
I know you got a cat. You were just drinking a beer on stream, so I know you got a cat.
Yeah, we'll shoot it in the background.
Let's see how.
I don't know. I haven't shot it yet.
The invert poster. We can see it.
Shoot the invert poster.
Yeah.
That good about right there?
Yep.
It hit the wall.
Yeah.
That's about 10 feet.
Not bad at all.
That's funny. All right. After that fucking nonsense, I'll take us out of this little podcast. Oh, did you want to say anything to Carson before we leave?
I did. Carson, you're fucking dog shit.
All right, perfect. Thank you guys for listening. We will catch you on the next one. Be sure to like all the shits. Buy the merch. Do or don't buy the merch. Doesn't matter to us. And peace out. We'll see you later.
Bye.